We're standing here today on the Lapwood typha trial, and this is kind of a trial looking at, instead of growing crops on traditionally with very drained peat, what we're looking at doing is raising the water table and managing the peat and keeping the carbon within the ground and growing a crop and actually still being able to make a profit as a farmer. So a more sustainable, environmentally sustainable way of managing lowland agricultural peat. And this is one of the first trials where over the last few months we've done the re-wetting work. We've put the water controls in through weirs and pump systems, and then what we've done is, we can't use traditional machinery, so we've used a drone to sow just over 5 hectares of the site with typha seeds, and over the next 6 months we'll monitor how successful that has been.
So I'm the farmer here, this is our field, and this is one of our wettest fields on the farm. We farm a lot of lowland peat, which is generally very wet. So on this field we tried cropping it, and that just became unsustainable, and we just would lose cereal crops year after year. So we decided to grass it down, and then we struggled with that. So we started looking at wetter farming options, and the bulrush typha trial sort of sparked our interest. So we decided we'd apply for some funding, and we got that. So we're working with the Lancashire Wildlife Trust, and I've done all the work on here. So I dug an exterior bund right around the field, put in a set of weirs, and then for the last 2 weeks we've been irrigating it to get it as flooded as it is now. And we've just sown it with the bulrush seeds. So hopefully in about a year's time we can get harvest, and then the seed heads go for clothing. So we're still farming it, so we've still got a reason to have the field. It's not just a nature reserve, so we're managing to actually still farm, but then farm with the weather instead of against it, which is what we were doing.
Part of this trial is looking at a process called polyculture, and basic polyculture is farming at a higher water table where there is kind of nature-based solution benefits. So that could come from the carbon savings, like today in the Lowland on lowland agricultural peat, which is a huge emission factor for and contributory to the greenhouse gas emissions for the UK and also globally from farming on peat soils. So we're looking for more sustainable ways of doing that, and polyculture is a way of growing crops at a higher water table and then harvesting them, but still being able to make a living, not just from the farmer's point of view, but also supporting the local community as well. And what we're looking at here is different crop choices. So here we're growing typha. We can grow things like sphagnum moss as well, or we can look at things like actually growing food crops at a slightly higher water table and see if we can still grow them successfully, but also harvest them, so we can produce food in a more environmentally friendly way on lowland peat.